Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Redskins going up against the Saints. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. Play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gray. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago. 8 catches, 127 yards.
When you turn in good, consistent performances each and every week, you will rank in the top 10 in the league in receiving yards. And he's number 7 currently, hoping to move up as time goes on.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run?
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. A nice little juke. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
And a first carry here for John Crockett. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Lawrence Virgil in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man, the first sack of his NFL career. To throw on 3rd down, Rush. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. It's complete. This is starts. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Losing 6 yards there to bring up 4th. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
To throw on 2nd down. Rush. That is incomplete. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
When you're drafted 12th overall, people expect big things out of you, and Sheldon Rankins can provide that. Big, strong, physical player, has excellent quickness, and is really good with his hands, keeping blockers off of him and allowing him to get upfield and into opposing backfields.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Off the play fake. Rush. And that is incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Deep.
Oh, here's pressure, and the Saints block it. And they will wind up with the football and the possession.
And that's truly the way to change field position, isn't it? Block the punt and then take over inside the 5-yard line. What a tremendous job by them. You change momentum, you change field position, and give yourself a chance to score.
Now a handoff as they run left side. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jake Stoneburner, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints add on to their lead. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's where they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rush, looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Griffith. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you have there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks,
Touchdown, Washington! Levine Toilolo, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws, they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
With that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Simon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, good move. There he goes, right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. John Crockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got... Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards. The Saints put up 29 points a game last year, second only to the Falcons, and they're in range to get some points on this drive as well. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
And it's a wobbler, but he does get it to go as it creeps over the bar. And that will extend their lead even further. So a little bit of an exhale after that one for the head coach. That looked like a mishit maybe of some sort, but he managed to get it over the bar.
I almost wonder if someone got a finger on it because it was a pretty atypical kick from a guy of his caliber. And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Rush. It's complete to Dante Dye. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. They'll toss it to Starks. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
When you see a big-time run to the outside, it always comes back to setting the edge, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and they were perfect at setting the edge there.
And the funny part is, both sides of the ball talk about it. The offense has to set the edge so they can get outside. The defense wants to set the edge to control things so they can kick the run back inside.
Offense wins there.
Offense won big.
He was looking for Malachi Dupree that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or 2 in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage. Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes now. Here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down and they'll have to throw it anyway. We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. Looking to pick up some steam, generate some steam right now. Down on the scoreboard and struggling a bit.
And sometimes you have to find it from places you don't ordinarily get it. Not necessarily just going back and throwing the football. Maybe use your legs a little bit. Maybe you rely on some teammates, get the ball in their hands. Anything to try and generate a spark. But bottom line, he has to play a lot better.
Yeah, he does. He's got the 2 INTs and the 1 touchdown pass so far. And there they went crossing route against his own defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Down to the 25. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now the LSU man, it's Kenny Hilliard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. The 40. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Off play action. Rush. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little biased. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
On 1st and 10, Rush. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rush. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, If your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gray. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throw left side complete. It's Simon. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Over the middle, complete. It's Gray. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Simon. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Toss play to start. What a spin. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
He'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they...
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints just continue to roll.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the 2nd half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the 2nd half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 4 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Back to throw, Rush. And that is incomplete. Here's Drew Butler now as he's on to punt for Washington. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Going for it all. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Let's go. Green 39.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Simon. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Butker now to kick this one away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Back now here live in New Orleans. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets it to die outright. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. And a great example there of just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better, that they work on training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. It's a short kick taken near the 18. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Time running out here on the play clock. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On third down, this is Collins. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, rush. And now running right through it. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll lose yardage here back to the 15. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On third down, rush. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Drew Butler now, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Play clock winding down. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Green 39.
Throwing on first down. Rush. And his throw here is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rush. Over the middle here to Wilson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And that is incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
No, check. Patriot!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And that is incomplete here.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but this second drop, indeed, not a good look. Rush, and this is going to be incomplete. Here's Drew Butler now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive on the ground with Starks. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Delay of game, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Again on the ground, again with Starks. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike." Partner's not just a little slot receivers, get a little trepidation going across the middle. Even the big guys, even guys like a tight end, they got a little...
Now heavy Redskin pressure, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you. No. In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Back to the air on second down. Rush. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
The Redskins on third down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only one time. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing here. Rush. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.